Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. Welcome to the first running video with the almost fully heavily modified Ryft. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I now have the front and the rear full Treal housing. I've got locked diffs, I got the 4-wheel steering. This video, I'm still running the 2400 kV motor. So I really, guys, just wanted to get that 1800 in. I know it's going to be a better fit for what I want this buggy to be, but I've wanted just to try the 2400 with the locked diffs just to see how it would be for you guys that might be thinking of locking your front and rear diffs and you're running that higher RPM motor, you're running a stock motor, for example. This little video will give you guys kind of a good idea how it's going to be. Either way, we're going to play in the rocks. We may go other places too. It all depends on how long all the batteries last and all that kind of fun stuff. Batteries in the GoPro, things like that. But either way, guys, I'm looking forward to trying this out. The other thing, guys, I did do, if you watch the other videos, I did have the servo savers. I've now just gone to normal servo horns, and it definitely, guys, improved the overall steering, kind of recentering both sets. So when you're kind of using 4-wheel steering, they do center a lot quicker now. They kind of go more in harmony, I guess you can say. But either way, guys, let's get this thing on down and we're gonna get it on the rocks. All right, guys, hopefully you'll be able to hear me throughout the video. I'm trying a bit of a different setup. I've got my GoPro mounted to my radio. So just normal front steering right there. Try that first. Now, guys, I should add that obviously I'm driving this thing a lot different than I would, like, you could gun this thing and come up the hill no problem. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to more slow crawl today. Let's see how we can do here. So we're gonna go drag brake. Well, survived. It's funny, I was looking on the GoPro to see how it was lining up. Guys, we are gonna try 4-wheel steering. Let's see how we do now. helps. Big rock. Definitely helps with these lock diffs. The steering. guys, I haven't been talking a whole lot. It's I don't know if you guys can tell. I feel like this is a bad idea. By now you guys should know what I'm going to try to do. Yeah. Alright guys, I've just been mucking around. I've got both a phone and my GoPro, my radio. I kind of miss my head kind of strap for my GoPro. It definitely works a lot better than the thing hanging from the transmitter. But so far guys, this thing's been a blast. I've kind of been concentrating, so I haven't been talking too much. But it is crazy just to see the Ryft just hammer through things. And those lock diffs definitely add to such night and day, guys. And it's been successful. I would say we've been semi-hard on it with the rocks and the way we've been turning constantly, and it's just been powering through. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come back up to here. We're gonna hit the drag brake, drop down into 4-wheel steering, see if we can take this slow. When I say I'm gonna take this slow, I just kind of hammer through it. Oh man. Oh, this is interesting. Alright, we're gonna get, oh, we got out of there. See, this guys is what I'm talking about right here. I'm probably like a good third into the throttle before it wants to kick up and actually start moving again. So again, I know I've mentioned it guys multiple times, but I'm excited for that 1800 to be in here. I think it's going to be a huge improvement for what I'm trying to do with the buggy. All right, guys, we're home. The buggy's back on the bench, and I've got a lot to say, so you're gonna have to bear with me. First off, yes, I know I need a Bluetooth microphone. It's just not in the budget. I do want one, and I'm gonna eventually, guys, get one. Usually when I wear the GoPro on my head, audio stays fine, besides from maybe muffle from the wind every once in a while, but that was pretty horrible near the end. Yes, I'll deal with that at some point. 2, what happened to my steering? Well, I did destroy this little servo horn that I bought. So this was something, guys, I bought off Amazon. I don't know if I can kind of even get you guys in there to sort of... There you go. You can kind of see what I did there. 2 ways of looking at that. So One, this is probably the cheapest metal ever. I got this off Amazon. I got the two of them for like 10 bucks or something. So yes, that's very cheap aluminum. However, it stripped for a reason. Now, to go even further, what I was doing today was not something that really I built the truck for. So I built this to be a trail slash rock kind of crawler, but not what I was doing today. Not that loose kind of bouldery sort of like rocks and stuff like that. I'm talking like bigger things like what you saw with the SCX6, that kind of crawling. So I don't know if I would have an issue with, again, just having those cheap kind of aluminum horns doing what I actually really intend to do with this Ryft. Today was just something I wanted to try. I wanted to head up there. I wanted to kind of boot around the rocks and see how it was going to be, get an idea of the lock diffs, all that kind of stuff. Another thing, guys, I wanted to mention too is everything you saw was done with this guy right here. So you would have seen these batteries back when I was doing the charger kind of review, the Gen Z charger review. Bashing series 5200 milliamp. These are their G-Tech batteries. So you just basically plug it in, plug this in, the charger starts up, all's good to go. Again, guys, I really like these batteries. I know Gen Z has released a few more now with this balance connector, so this G-Tech connector. Definitely gonna have to look into it. But let's talk the buggy. So overall, guys, very happy with it. The four-wheel steering, those lock diffs, that was awesome. You can see the way the buggy was kind of crawling around and turning on the rocks. It was awesome. And I did find, guys, for the most part, when I was on the rocks, I was always using the four-wheel steering. Now, the motor, I know I mentioned a few times. When I use, guys, a GoPro today and my phone. So you probably notice that sometimes the footage looks a little different. The video quality looks a little bit different. And I used a lot more of the phone content, and that phone was kind of mounted sort of off to the side. And then, so if I was talking every once in a while, you probably were like, oh, why is he talking? We can barely hear him. It's because I was probably like 6 or 10 feet one way. And yeah, so everything I said kind of in the video, I guess you're kind of going to have to hear now. 2400 kV, way too fast. Just too much. I mean, and also, guys, this is a 2S pack, so too much revs. Every time I tried to do anything where it just didn't kind of bounce along and sort of kind of bounce over the rocks and I really needed to climb something, I was literally, guys, like really pulling on the trigger, and then I would sort of get like a little jump of throttle. It just didn't have that low end torque. So I think having something like that 1800 kV running on 2S, maybe even 3S with that 1800 kV, it'll be interesting to see, is definitely, guys, going to up that power, up the torque, and do a little more what I want to do with this buggy. Now, I still have dual stage foams coming. I have shocks coming. And I still have, guys, the install of the 1800 kV and the Treal parts. So that's probably what's going to happen next, is the whole center will come out. We'll replace all these parts, the skid, the motor mount, all that kind of fun stuff, center transmission, get the 1800 kV in. And then after that, guys, like I said, it's just the dual stage foams, shocks, a few other things. Overall, very impressed with both the Treal parts, because they obviously, guys, no issues at all. But even just the overall Ryft, the gears, everything like that held strong. Besides, guys, from this little cheap servo horn, we had no issues. And I was really, guys, when I was going through those rocks, I was on the steering constantly, back and forth. No issues whatsoever. So very, very, guys, impressed with the Ryft. And I mean, obviously, guys, the Treal upgrades overall. So you know what? I mean, I had a lot to say, but I kind of was able to, guys, to sum it up pretty quickly. Buggy was awesome. Servos felt good. Watching this thing crawl around was probably the most fun part. Now, on that note, I am not a trail crawler video guy. And what I mean by that is, I don't like taking a video of these type of trucks from up top. So when we go out bashing and we're doing jumping with, 1/8 scales, whatever, you throw the GoPro on ahead, you follow it around, it's all good. But I find with these 1/10 scale trucks, they're smaller. You want the camera down where it is right now. And that is not fun. I don't know how else to say it. I had both, guys, my GoPro mounted on my radio. Again, when I got back, guys, I was like, oh, I'm going to have this awesome footage. And there's times where like the camera's like this and you can barely see the top of the buggy or vice versa. And I was like, oh, that didn't work out. So luckily I did bring the phone with me because it caught a lot of the footage, guys. It caught a lot of the buggy. It just didn't follow it around, sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I've got to figure out a different way to do it. I also, the way, guys, I hold my radio, it's kind of hard to explain, but I really hold it low and sort of almost pointing to the ground is where I'm comfortable. So when you want to record and you've got something mounted to your radio, you really got to kind of hold it a certain way. And I just didn't like that, guys. So future videos, I don't know how they're going to be with this. I'm going to have to figure out something, because probably maybe bring Liam, my son. He likes to do the recording. He'll do a better job with the selfie stick, kind of following it around and stuff like that. I think that'll overall, guys, they'll look better, because I am excited, guys, to drive this thing. Like I was mentioning, watching this thing drive around, that orange anodization is just awesome. The white cage is awesome. It just, hey, it looks awesome. Those USD stickies, the tires looked amazing as well. Excited to get a different set of foams in them. I think that's going to help. I've got dual stage crawler innovation foams coming for it. So overall, guys, you know what? I did come home. I did replace, guys. I'll bring you over to see. I've got one of the Treal servo savers back on, just because this one is completely stripped. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'll probably put the rear servo saver back on and go out again. More of what I want to do, hitting, you know, kind of a fun trail. There's a lot of nice hiking trails around here, but there's also some good type of trails for something like this. And those are the ones I got to hit, because just the hiking trails themselves can get really, really boring. So I want something that's got, you know, obstacles and things to climb and all that kind of fun stuff. So hopefully, guys, the next video will have that, or the next running video. Next video of this, guys, will be getting the center out and getting that 1800 kV motor in. But anyways, guys, that's it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a great day.